we as an institution do propose to make positive steps to induct as many women judges as possible in the judiciary of Pakistan so as to give the women population of Pakistan a respected participation in the judiciary. As up to this date, no woman judge has been appointed in the Supreme Court of Pakistan, but a small number of judges, women judges, have been appointed in the high courts of the country. The appointment of the women judges in the High Court as well as in the Supreme Court, increasing the number of appointment of judges, women judges in the High Court, so also inducting women judges in the Supreme Court will be our endeavor and best effort shall be made to make such an achievement. At the same time, more induction of women judges in the district judiciary shall also be ensured. Ladies and gentlemen, without the participation of women judges in the judicial sector or without participation of the woman in any other sector of the society, no societal achievement can be made. And even if it could not at all be imagined, for that in the real world in which we live, men and women have to share to the utmost extent equally in the development of the society, and thus the question of gender perspective enters and becomes very relevant. For deciding disputes between the litigants, women judges equally perform their duties like that of a male judges, as in deciding the litigation or a case, the only skill, learning and capacity are relevant, and such skill, learning and capacity are earned and acquired through hard work, constant studying and learning. The learning process in this regard are equally available, but it need to be synthesized on gender perspective also, which if not, there already should be emphasized and practiced vigorously. However, here I cannot lose sight of certain areas where women judges are more effective in dealing with cases, those relating to family disputes and child custody dispute and other similar areas, where they are well equipped to deal with the sensitiveness of the issue and are capable of integrating the gender perspective in achievement of not only the legal requirements but also social moral values with added dimension of family values. Thus, the gender perspective for the women judges in performance of their functions and duties become very relevant and essential. This does not entail that the women judges are only best in conducting of family disputes, but the experience world over shows that the women judges are capable of hearing and deciding more complex issues in all civil and criminal laws. Normally, we do expect that when counsel appears before a woman judge, they are sensitive to the gender perspective, address and use temperate language, which are more suitable for being addressed to the women judges with all respects. I am cognizant that there are issues of use of language, and I believe that with the passage of time and induction of more and more women judges, induction of more and more women lawyers, and women induction in other sectors of the society, these issues will subside. However, a training in this regard is required, which the Punjab Judicial Academy and the Lahore High Court should consider, and I will advise that the Punjab Judicial Academy to undertake training of women judges, so also the lawyers, on this very important subject. Ladies and gentlemen, looking at the world at large, mostly that of developing nation, we see that there is more and more induction of women judges in the judiciary, and there is no good or valid reason as to why we should not follow suit. The role of women judges in developing the gender perspective is core for sustainable development of the country as well as the healthy development of the judicial sector. There is no gain in saying that the woman perspective is not only most essential, but a cornerstone on the basis of which healthy and creative society is built, and also a sense of equilibrium is maintained. There have been well-known women judges on the benches of the High Court, so also in the district judiciary, and have performed and are performing excellently in all fields of the judicial sector. The judicial sector cannot at all be developed, nor there can be a possibility of its developing without considering the gender perspective and participation of women in this very imperative field. The role which women judges can play in developing of gender perspective is an impetus which is indispensable and needs more and more development and encouragement, and more strengthening. For this, more and more women judges need to be inducted, for which the High Judicial Forum are quite cognizant and are in the process of eliminating disparity in this regard so far as possible. The Holy Quran, the Book of Allah Almighty, which is the bedrock of Islam and its teaching, has laid down in ayat number 228 of Surah Baqarah that, and for women are the rights over man similar to those of man over woman. Furthermore, the preamble of the Constitution of Islamic Republic of Pakistan lays down the sovereignty over the entire universe belongs to the Almighty Allah alone, and the authority to be exercised by the people of Pakistan within the limits prescribed by Him is a sacred trust. It also provides that the principle of democracy, freedom, equality, tolerance, and social justice, and as initiated by Islam, shall be fully observed. In Chapter 2, Part 2 of the Constitution, principle of policy have been laid down, and Article 34 provides that the steps shall be taken to ensure full participation of women in all spheres of national life. These are the imperative laws which in all circumstances are to be observed by the state and other organization concerned mandatorily, and ensure that the gender perspective in all respect is maintained and synthesized of its is duly addressed by all levels. I wish the conference full success and hope that every very elaborate, conscientious and open-hearted debates and discussion will take place from which such much will be learned, and also be more and also we will be more informed. Pakistan Zindabad.
Supreme
चीफ जस्टिस सुप्रीम कोर्ट जस्टिस गुलजार अहमद तकरीब से खिताब कर रहे थे। उनका कहना था कि अदलिया में मज़ीद ख़वातीन जजेस की शमूलियत को यकीनी बना रहे हैं। मुल्क की आबादी का निस्फ हिस्सा ख़वातीन पर मुश्तमिल है। पाकिस्तान जैसे मुल्क में ख़वातीन जजेस की मौजूदगी खुशाइंद है।